Fancy a trip to Europe? Now could be the best time. Thank you for joining us for another Bank of Cardiff newscast. If you've always dreamed about strolling around the piazzas and palaces of Rome, exploring the elegant boulevards of Paris, or heading for the bright lights of London's West End, now could be the perfect time to book your trip. The strength of the dollar looks set to reduce the price of foreign travel, cutting the cost of everything from paying for a hotel room to buying a round of drinks at the bar. In a world where exchange rates are increasingly influenced by developments in the financial markets, for instance, quantitative easing policies, as well as by the basic forces of supply and demand, the US dollar is riding high. With economists speculating that America's sustained growth will compel the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates this year, dollar investments have become even more attractive to traders. Conversely, economic conditions in Europe, Russia and Japan are shaky, undermining the value of the euro, ruble and yen, and offering US tourists much more bang for their buck than in previous years. So, what's on the menu? Well, back in the summer of 2008, a euro would have set you back $1.60, which meant that a 65 euro meal for two, and we're thinking creamy spaghetti vongole with a bottle of good Chianti and a pair of espressos, cost an eye-watering $104. Fast forward to January 2015, and the same meal would work out at around $76. Now that's a whole extra portion of pasta and clams, and a sneaky aperitif as well. Goldman Sachs predicts that the euro could dip to $1.08 by the end of the year, with potential parity on the cards for 2016. Countries outside the Eurozone, like England, are also offering greater affordability, but the best bargains are to be had in Eastern and Central European locations, as well as in hard-pressed Greece and Spain, where prices already compare favorably to countries like France and Italy. Don't expect to find any joy in Switzerland, though, where the country's central bank recently removed a limitation on how low the euro could drop against the Swiss franc, a move that is pushing prices even higher in this already expensive enclave. So, where else in the world could you journey? Well, if you fancy exploring another continent, Australia is also a good value destination at the moment. Australian dollars are at a 6-year low against US currency on account of the slide in the value of natural resources like oil and ore. In North Africa, Morocco's ancient souks and medinas are now more accessible than ever. You'll get 20% more for your money this year than last. Despite the currency savings on the table, expect to pay top dollar for flights, as there are few bargains to be had in the air, especially if you're going for the long haul, which is why more of us could be tempted to head for Canada. With Canadian dollars 15% cheaper than this time last year, shorter flights and the possibility of making the trip by road or rail rather than air, it could be your best value option all round. Anyway, join us later this week for another Bank of Cardiff newscast. And remember that all of our newscasts are available on our website, and that's www.bankofcardiff.com/newscasts.